Good morning, everyone. Come on, everybody. Good morning, everyone. I mean, there's a lot of energy in this room this morning. This is a celebration this morning. This isn't something that's quiet. This is a celebration. I want to, first of all, thank you for all being here today. I see friends, I see coaches, staff, administrators, cabinet members, board of trustee members, people in the community. This is another piece to the puzzle. This is another great day at Kennesaw State. And this is why I love so much being here. Such a humbling experience to be here to serve this institution. And today, we're going to announce our partnership with WellStar, our continued partnership with WellStar. And so I want to introduce the people here. To your right and to my far left, Reynolds Jennings, the CEO of WellStar. We have sitting next to him, Dr. Daniel Papp, president of Kennesaw State. And to my right, we have Jamie Maddox, who is KSU Board of Trustee, but also chair of the WellStar board. So, foundation, that is. So today, what is today about? So many things are going on at Kennesaw State. So many things are going on in Kennesaw State athletics. And just for a second, I want to just bring you up to speed about what's going on that matters. Last semester, our student athletes had an overall GPA of 3.15. That is 70% of our student athletes had a 3.0 or better. Community service is at its all-time high. Over the last 5 semesters, over the last 2.5 years, we have averaged over a 3.0 in the classroom. So what we have here, that's what impacts lives, the basis and foundation of what we do. And now we partner further with WellStar. And if you don't know about WellStar, then you might not be paying attention to all the great things that are going on, okay? Before I get started, a little bit about WellStar, what I brought with me was the MDJ article about WellStar amongst the 2014 Fortune 100 best companies to work for. Give them a round of applause for WellStar. That is who Kennesaw State wants to surround ourselves around, excellence. Excellence about a couple things. We always say in athletics, what do you need to succeed? And when you need talent, you need resources, and you need servants. And servants is people that want to do things for others, that work for things better and bigger than themselves. So we feel we have that in WellStar. Fifth Third Bank started something a year ago, and their commitment to what we were doing here in athletics. WellStar has now joined in to the pillar and the foundation of what something great is about to happen for our future. So we are excited about the future of WellStar. I do want to thank 2 people in particular, Kim Menifee and Mike Harders, and my staff, Patrick McNeil and Lauren Katowski, for really working through all the specifics and details on our side about what happened and why we're here today. Because why we're here today is to impact Kennesaw State and to impact Kennesaw State athletics. So now I'd like to introduce a Dalton native, but he's an amazing man. He took the job maybe 2 months after I got here, and I've been wanting to really spend even more time. If you don't know who one of the best leaders in Cobb County are, well then, you're sitting right here. We got 2 of them right here. Reynolds Jennings, CEO of WellStar.
Well, thank you, Vaughn, for that introduction, and thank you for hosting this momentous occasion. Thanks to all in the audience today for attending. Several years ago, the WellStar Board adopted the vision of providing world-class health care to our local citizens. And Kennesaw State is focused on world-class education. If you're in the healthcare business, the body of knowledge doubles every 7 years. So without an excellent university partner, it would be difficult for all our clinicians to stay up with all the skills that they need to continue to learn and motivate and move on. And so Kennesaw State and WellStar have forged that partnership over several decades. In the early 1990s, as healthcare became more complicated, our physician executives were able to get an executive MBA at Kennesaw State. which helped us a lot with our strategic planning for the things that were to come. In the last decade, we were fortunate to be able to provide the seed money for what is an innovative College of Health and Human Services. It's multidisciplinary. It brings several disciplines together in one building, including the WellStar College of Nursing, which is our biggest source of nursing manpower for our largely growing and expanding system. You know, both systems have grown up together hand in hand, as I indicated before, and the growth prospects of the population in this area are good. And simultaneously, we both have grown out of being Cobb County institutions into larger geographic resources for the state of Georgia. And I think that partnership will continue to aid both of us, Dr. Paup, as we move forward from that standpoint. At WellStar, we are very fortunate to have a group who is always concentrating on innovation. So in addition to a great place to work, our doctors and our board and our leaders are very fortunate over the last couple of years that we've been able to institute a level 2 trauma service at Kennesaw. We're one of the few institutions in the United States now doing percutaneous aortic valve replacement, and that's a mechanical valve that replaces a real human valve done through the arteries, and it's very tedious. It requires a multidisciplinary team, but our results are excellent in the first year of that new service. And we also have added stroke prevention and stroke cure through our emergency room, which is one of the best services in Atlanta. So we have many more of these type of advancements on the drawing board. Again, they all require continuing education, training, and skilled staff, of which Kennesaw State is a great partner in creating that with us. A couple of other innovations we're really proud of is our health park. Health Park is a hospital without beds. And the exciting thing about this was my colleagues and I started talking about this in 1980. And I was so excited to join WellStar a couple years ago and have the first one ready to break ground. And that one in Ackworth has exceeded all of our expectations. As a matter of fact, surveys by mothers, and particularly working mothers, like to come to one building and get as many services as they can for their children rather than going all over town to do that and taking 3 months to get all that done. And so again, that one has been successful. We'll open up East Cobb later on this fall, and we're in the final drawing stages for Vinings and the Holly Springs area of Cherokee County. So again, we're excited to have this partnership. The world is out there waiting for us, Dr. Paup, to continue to move on with innovation in our partnership, and so we're excited to have this opportunity. Thank you, Vaughn.
I don't MC much, but you know, I'm just really excited about everything that WellStar stands for. It stands exactly what Kennesaw State stands for and what this athletic department stands for. Next, I'd like to introduce no stranger to Kennesaw State, serves on the Board of Trustees, no stranger to Cobb County, and very successful in the business world, no stranger to WellStar and what they're about. I'd like to introduce Janie Maddox, Chair of the WellStar Foundation.
Well, good morning, and thank you so much. It is indeed an honor for me to be here representing the 13,000 plus employees and the Board of Trustees. I actually have, and I'm so excited, 3 of our board members. If you all will stand up and let us give you a round of applause. Come on, don't be shy, don't be shy. This is our WellStar board. Fitz Johnson, Walter Robinson, and Al Seapark, and I just have this incredible board that I wish they could all be here today, but they certainly are in spirit. You know, it is really not surprising that we're here today. We go back a long way. This is a relationship that started many years ago, and I am one of those very, very lucky few that have had an opportunity through the years to work on both of these boards. But I'm not alone. Bob Prilliman, Chet Austin, Matt Kenderson, we have had such good folks that have said both of these institutions, both of these organizations are places I want to be. And thank goodness they've been here because they have been part of the vision that is really what's gotten us here today. And I would be extremely remiss to not note that the one person who would be sitting in the front row of most any athletics, but particularly in football, would be our late Rob Lipson. He would absolutely be there with bells on, wouldn't he, Kim? And so this is really not a strange place for us to be. And I just wanted to just take a moment just to kind of bring to you the similarities that I see in really both organizations. You know, we can talk about the fact that we're large and that we've grown a lot, and we have, and that's wonderful. It's wonderful for both of us. It's wonderful that we're getting more people in that are taking advantage of the educational opportunities that we have to offer, both regular education and continuing education. We're fortunate that in WellStar that we are putting up different locations, health clinics, new hospitals, adding doctor specialties, whatever that might be, to hopefully make sure that we have a very healthy community. And as I see, community is the one word that continues to bind us together and will for years to come. You know, it's all about your servant leadership. It's all about what we can do to better where we live. And athletics is one of those things. It makes you happy. It makes you healthy. It gives you a place that as a family you can take and you can do some fun things together. And I just see that as being such a strong tie for the two of us and such a natural tie for the two of us to be together. You know, in closing, I just want to thank all the folks that are here today, and particularly all the coaches and the athletes and the folks that you work really hard to make this come about, whatever your sport might be. I appreciate personally and will encourage you to continue to do this in every sport, and that is to bring the children in and let them experience. I have a grandson who's done soccer camp here for several years, and it's just wonderful that we have the ability close at hand. But even obviously from KSU's standpoint, that we're bringing people in from all over the state to experience what we have to offer. Well, WellStar is thrilled to be continuing to be a partner with you. And the only little problem that I'm going to really confess with you this morning that I see is the fact that Coach Dooley, at our house, we really have always bled red and black. And I am going to have to go buy some new gold clothes that don't look like Georgia Tech. So thank you so much.
I said a lot of the staff is laughing. They know how much I feel about black and gold. So, but Coach Dooley he can wear what he wants to wear. But we appreciate Coach Dooley being here as well. The last person I'd like to introduce before we sign the resolution of our partnership, Sorry Reynolds is the best leader in Cobb County. I have to, my leader, my team leader, my quarterback, Dr. Daniel Papp, Kennesaw State President.
Vaughn said that because I sign his checks. But I can also solve, Janie, I think I can solve your problem. When Kennesaw State University, well, it wasn't Kennesaw State University then, when Kennesaw College was created back in the world in 1963, the then registrar at Georgia Tech, who became President Sturgis out here at Kennesaw State, President Sturgis said, well, we got to come up with colors for the universities. Now, this is not a joke. This is a true story. I see some of you thinking this is a joke. He said, how can we sort of unify this part of Georgia, northwestern Georgia? And he said, what we'll do, we'll have our colors be gold and black. And the gold is from Georgia Tech's Old Gold, and the black is in fact from UGA's Red and Black. So that's how our colors originally became gold and black here at Kennesaw. Now, I can also solve one other problem. Actually, this isn't Coach Dooley who solved this, but his lovely wife Barbara solved this particular issue. The first time Barbara came on campus here, and this was like, well, a couple of weeks before we actually announced that Coach Dooley was going to head our football exploratory committee, Barbara comes on campus wearing a scarf, and it has red and black and gold. And of course, Derek was the head coach up at Tennessee at the time, and it also had orange and white. I have no idea where Barbara found that that scarf, but it is doable, Janie. So this is indeed a momentous occasion for Kennesaw State University and for WellStar. As excuse me, as has been mentioned on a couple of occasions this morning already, WellStar and Kennesaw State have a history that goes back a number of years. Our WellStar College of Health and Human Services is obviously named after WellStar. Our WellStar School of Nursing is obviously named after WellStar. A little bit of brief history here. I was down at the university system office when both of these ideas came forward, brought forward by Rob Lipson and also by President Betty Siegel previously. And believe it or not, at that point in time, in the entire university system of Georgia, there was not a single college in the entire state named after a corporate entity. So this proposal came down to the university system, and those of us in academic affairs and in the chancellor's office were scratching our heads saying, can we actually do this? And after some legal machinations, and Flora was involved in those at that time, the answer was, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. So this was not only a big step forward for WellStar and for Kennesaw State, but actually for the entire university system of Georgia as well. So it really, I think, does speak to the innovative character both of WellStar and of KSU. And we've been continuing to push forward on the innovation front. Not only in health and human services, not only in nursing, but we have some of our folks over in the College of Science and Math talking with some of the doctors and clinicians and other folks over at WellStar, trying to figure out ways to expand and enhance our cooperation and collaboration in research and in clinical work. Obviously, this step forward in athletics is a large step forward. In health and performance sciences, a degree program we have here at Kennesaw State. And I should point out here that earlier this month, Kennesaw State and WellStar entered into an agreement whereby WellStar will operate the 3 clinics that we have here on campus for our students that will improve the overall delivery of health services here at KSU. So there is so much going on between WellStar and Kennesaw State that this is, again, one additional step forward in what has been, is, and will continue to be just a wonderful, wonderful cooperative relationship. Janie asked members of the WellStar Foundation to stand. I'm going to ask members of the KSU Foundation to stand. We have a couple of folks here from that are on the KSU Foundation as well. So we thank you for being here. And I would particularly like to thank the chair of the KSU Foundation, Connie Engel, for being here. Connie, I'm going to ask you to stand again. We'll embarrass you twice. So, Connie, thank you. And I need to ask Coach Dooley to stand as well. Coach, thank you. Now, Fitz Johnson has already stood on a couple of occasions, but he's going to stand as well one more time, because as we move forward with what was the KSU Stadium, what is now the Fifth Third Stadium, Fitz played a major role in making that happen as well. So, Fitz. And moving forward with football, that could not have occurred as well if it were not for Fifth Third. So we have some folks here from Fifth Third. Will you please stand as well? Obviously, the emphasis here is on cooperation and collaboration. We have come a heck of a long way over the course of the last 50 years here at KSU. This is our 50th anniversary year, and we've got a long way still to go. The consolidation with Southern Poly was announced a couple of months ago. We are going to be starting football in another year and a half, roughly, on September, is it September 12th, Vaughn? September 3rd of 2015. So mark your calendars, okay? 598 days away, okay. So mark that. We are just at the beginning of what Kennesaw State is going to become over the course of the next weeks, months, years, and decades. And it's because of cooperation, collaboration, and the wonderful support of WellStar, Fifth Third, and others as well that this has been possible. And yeah, we are bringing UGA and Georgia Tech and Kennesaw State all together here at this incredible place. So Reynolds, I think now it's about time for us to sign an agreement here.
So what we're going to have here is Reynolds Jennings and Dr. Daniel Papp will sign a resolution of partnership.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it, sir.
Great. And if I could have Reynolds, Dr. Papp, and Janie in the front of this podium.
On behalf of the Department of Athletics, this football helmet is a symbol from all the 300 student athletes and all our coaches and staff. This is just a symbol of where we are headed in the future and a small appreciation right now of the partnership and what's going to happen in the future.
Thank you, Vaughn. Appreciate it.
Well, I think that concludes. I think we'll have the press talk individually to who they want to talk to. Once again, this is another stepping stone, another piece to the foundation, not just of athletics, but to Kennesaw State. You know, we say in athletics, we can, we will. And that is the phrase really for Kennesaw State. Thank you for coming today. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.